defense done.
But you've been insulting me the entire trial.
And the judge in the Nicholas Cruz sentencing trial isn't happy about how it was handled. Messages from Miami.
In this sense, I think she was the queen of the world.
To those mourning Queen Elizabeth on the other side of the Atlantic. And South Florida recognizes the start of Hispanic Heritage Month.
Make some empanadas.
These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Leanne Abutarbush.
I'm Paloma Pimentel. Today is Thursday, September 15, 2022.
Live from the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
An unexpected end to defense questioning at the Parkland school shooting sentencing trial. The defense still had weeks of scheduled witnesses.
As the network's Halia Smith reports, the move caught the judge by surprise.
We are outside of Broward County Court where Judge Elizabeth Skewer calls out the defense team in the trial of Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz as they abruptly rest its case.
Your Honor? Yes?
At this time, the defense rests.
This is the most uncalled for, unprofessional way to try a case. You all knew about this, and even if you didn't make your decision till this morning, to have 22 people plus all of this staff and every attorney march into court, be waiting as if it's some kind of game. Now I have to send them home. The state's not ready. They're not going to have a witness ready. We have another day wasted. I honestly had never experienced a level of unprofessionalism in my career.
The team was expected to call 80 witnesses, but they only called 26. The move caught prosecutors off guard. They told the judge they weren't ready to proceed with their rebuttal, prompting the judge to call the defense team's decision a waste of everybody's time.
It's unbelievable.
Cruz pleaded guilty last October to 17 counts each of both murder and attempted murder in the 2018 shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. A jury is now debating his sentence. Prosecutors are requesting the death penalty. The sentencing trial is expected to continue on September 27th and end on October 10th. In Fort Lauderdale, Halia Smith, South Florida Media Network.
Tropical storm Fiona is now the sixth named storm in the 2022 hurricane season. According to the National Hurricane Center, on Wednesday, the storm progressed to a tropical depression while emitting winds of about 50 miles per hour. As Tropical Storm Fiona brews in the Atlantic, tropical storm watches have been implemented for a number of islands, including Saint Martin, Antigua, Barbuda, and Nevis.
Unexpected arrival. About 50 migrants appeared at Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts yesterday, all part of a political stunt. The men, women, and children flying in from Texas expecting a place to stay and jobs. Martha's Vineyard staff, however, left in utter confusion.
Originally from Venezuela, they were flown here. We're not sure what plane brought them here or how they got on a plane.
Governor Ron DeSantis' office taking credit for sending the two planes to Massachusetts. They state that it was part of a relocation program to transport illegal immigrants to sanctuary destinations. Martha's Vineyard staff scrambled to provide the care the immigrants needed. In a tweet, they stated, "We are a community that comes together to support immigrants."
Celebrations are in order as FIU commemorates 50 years as a university. Reporter Michelle Morris from our DC Bureau has more on the festivities.
Yes, we're here at FIU's new DC Bureau to honor the last 50 years and looking forward to what the Panthers have in store for the future.
What's the best university in the nation? FIU!
Many were in attendance to celebrate all that FIU has achieved in the last 5 decades. Earlier this week, U.S. News and World Report ranked FIU as one of the fastest rising public universities in the last decade, now making it number 72 in the nation.
We went from being the highest opening day enrollment when we opened 50 years ago this week, and now we're the fastest rising university in the rankings that matter, and a variety of rankings that also capture social mobility. And we're glad that in our new space here, we're able to tell that story not just to the Miami community, but to the national community.
We spoke with many alumni, one being a part of FIU's first graduating class in 1975, to share their thoughts on the university's ongoing accomplishments.
When I was there, it was a senior college, only the top 2 years. Now it's a 4-year university. And it really, what impacted me today is the international aspect of FIU. It's incredible to see the breadth of what students are at FIU and the reach that it has throughout the world.
Google took a chance on me, and by extension, they took a chance on FIU. And I've been there 8 years, so I think that speaks volumes to the education that I got. And it's just been an amazing experience, having the FIU education, having the FIU family support me, be there for me, and just having that FIU education on my resume.
With 50 years down, the university says it's focused on making the next 50 years even better by increasing academic support and experiences for students. In Washington, D.C., reporting for South Florida Media Network, Michelle Morris.
Today marks the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month that will end mid-October. This month is to appreciate the special traditions of the Hispanic culture. The network's Samantha Gutierrez has more on the festive occasion.
Today is the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month. And to celebrate, we asked Miami how they're gonna spend it.
I'm gonna make some empanadas. I think that's really traditional from where I come from, Colombia, which is like, it's like an anthem. You say empanada and everybody they gets wild.
Well, I celebrate it every day. From when I wake up with music, dancing, enjoying, and basically for me, it's a daily festivity.
I think the best way to celebrate it is feeling proud of where we came from and everything we can contribute to this country's culture.
For example, here we're going to make a lemonade with cane sugar. Yes, super popular, and it represents Hispanic heritage.
We're not alone. Like, not to see us as separated, that Cubans are on one side and other countries are on another, but that we are all together, a community.
Miami is the best place to be Hispanic, especially here in El Dorado. No matter where you go, you hear Spanish, you find the food that you love so much, you find people that are so nice and embrace their culture openly, aren't afraid that they are Hispanic, and I find that beautiful.
No matter how you decide to spend this month, it's always important to remember where you came from. Here at downtown Doral for South Florida Media Network, I'm Samantha Gutierrez.
The coming of fall in South Florida means a special treat down in Homestead. The network's Kelly Sanchez was there for a soggy opening day at the Berry Farms.
The Berry Farms reopened on Wednesday, and even though crowds were lighter than usual, cloudy skies didn't stop people from enjoying the family-run business. Pumpkins, sunflowers, and beautiful scenery laden in the fall colors are some of the most attractive parts about the Berry Farms. But according to employees, the giant bounce pad is people's favorite attraction.
Definitely would be the kids' bounce house. It's very fun. If you get on it yourself, you'll have a blast.
As you can see, the rain didn't stop guests from enjoying themselves. Once it started pouring, families were brought even closer together under shelter. Music playing in the background, kids ran around as their parents took pictures.
It's a really family place to come and enjoy the day. It doesn't matter if it's raining or if it's hot, there's always shade, and it's been amazing.
Don't miss your chance to escape the city life here at the Berry Farms. And for some extra fun, secure your spot at Harvest Fest from September 23rd to November 13th. Signing off with South Florida Media Network, I'm Kelly Sanchez.
The Miami Marlins looking to save themselves from getting swept after losing last night's game against the Philadelphia Phillies. Although the Marlins scored the first run at the beginning of the game, that didn't matter much because the Phillies scored 6 individual runs between the 6th and the 7th inning. The final score was Phillies 6, Marlins 1. The two teams face off tonight for their final game of the series at 6:40.
Football champion Tom Brady is feeling deflated this morning after some off-the-field problems.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
He had a quality that I think is rare and to admire, which is balance.
South Florida sending its condolences across the ponding. For those who are mourning the Queen Elizabeth, Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Yeah.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
I help our fellows design their paths as creative entrepreneurs. My experiences serving startups, creative businesses, and cultural organizations, and my journey as a queer mixed immigrant with Haitian and Arabic roots, inform the co-creative environment we foster at Radcliffe. We leverage our collective diversity to encourage the building of lifelong personal learning networks and mindsets that stimulate continuous innovation.
A long line in London this morning, more than 3.5 miles, to see the Queen Elizabeth as she lies in state. Meanwhile, here in Miami, tomorrow morning will be your last chance to sign a condolence book at the British consulate.
The network's Alexa Velez spoke to those who were sending their love across the Atlantic.
The death of Queen Elizabeth II hasn't only affected those in the UK. Many people right here in South Florida are paying their respects. Behind me, there are mourners signing a condolence book that will be eventually sent back to Buckingham Palace. People are lining up in the lobby of the British consulate located at 1001 Brickell Bay Drive. Set up at the entrance is a condolence book, allowing South Floridians a chance to grieve and pay tribute to the late Queen. They can do so by signing their names and leave messages to wish the royal family well and express what Queen Elizabeth meant to them.
The least we can do is come and sign the condolences book, as even though she was not my queen, but in the sense, I think she was the queen of the world because everybody knew her.
She had a quality that I think is rare and to admire, which is balance and courage.
It's been amazing to see so many people, young, old, British, American, Latin American, from across the world actually, all of whom the Queen has obviously meant something slightly different to them. So it's been wonderful, quite humbling to see so many people turn up.
Yeah, I've been following her life, and it's just nice to see actually people who really care and can show respect to her.
I'm paying my condolences to, Queen Elizabeth II. I think it's something that's been heard all around the world. It was expected, obviously because of her age, but I didn't think it will have such a big impact. She has had a big impact in the world.
The condolence book will be available from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. until this Friday. And if you didn't get a chance to come by, you could always sign it virtually at www.royal.uk. I'm Alexa Velez reporting for the South Florida Media Network.
From British royalty to American loyalty, today, A-list superstar couple Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen announced they are living separately. After the Buccaneers quarterback reversed his retirement decision, his wife reportedly expressed concerns over his family absence and professional priorities. In his podcast, Let's Go, Brady described the impacts of his career and his struggle to attend many holidays and funerals during football season.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Paloma Pimentel.
I'm Leanne Abu Tarbush. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.